àtijọ́ bí.
Some of the old school mothers and fathers today, they also want to become a new school.
Àwọn ìyá wa àtijọ́ àti bàbá wa àtijọ́ àwọn náà tún ti ń darapọ̀ mọ́ ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí.
They also want to become, they say, no, we are not old school.
Àwọn náà sọ wípé àwọn òun ṣe àtijọ́ mọ́. That we are still in town.
So righteousness has become outdated.
Òdodo ó ti dohun ìgbàgbé.
Again,
àti pé
we also see that the truth is being mocked.
A rí wípé òdodo a ti lòdì sí.
A generation growing without clear moral direction.
Àwọn ìran tó jẹ́ wípé wọn ò ní òye ohun tó dára.
No clear moral direction.
Kò sí ohun tó dára nípa ìgbésí ayé wọn.
That is what you are seeing today in our generation.
Ó là ń rí tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ láyé
So
tiwa
the
yìí.
world we are talking about is not the wall, it's not the physical walls.
Odi tá a wá ń sọ yìí kì í ṣe odi tá à ń fojú rí.
It's not the wall of bricks and mud.
Kì í ṣe odi òkúta tàbí amọ̀.
The bricks, but the wall of moral decadence.
Ṣùgbọ́n odi àwọn ìwà tí kò dára.
So let's begin to look at this one after the other.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká máa wá wò ní ẹyọ kọ̀ọ̀kan.
Number one.
Alákọ̀ọ́kọ́.
We see the broken walls of Christian what? You know, I've told you, we want to travel together. So when I'm asking you, you respond. What is number one?
Alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ kí ni?
Broken walls of Christian values.
Odi ti ìgbàgbọ́ tó ti wó palẹ̀.
Compromise and false teaching infiltrating the church today.
Ìkẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó lòdì nínú ìjọ.
The church is not standing on the truth.
Ìjọ kò dúró lórí òtítọ́ mọ́.
People just want to do whatever they like.
Oníkálukú kàn fẹ́ máa ṣe ohun tó wù ú ni.
And so there's compromise.
Nítorí náà ló fi jẹ́ wípé ìyapa wà.
There's complacency
Ìyapa wà,
in the way that we live and the way that we respond to the word of God.
Bí a ṣe ń ṣe pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run.
We see believers blending with the world instead of shining as lights.
Onígbàgbọ́ wọn ti ń báyé rẹ́ nítorí yẹ kó jẹ́ pé wọ́n jẹ́ ìmọ́lẹ̀.
Believers.
Onígbàgbọ́.
That's supposed to be the lights.
Tó yẹ kó jẹ́ ìmọ́lẹ̀ ayé.
Are blending with the world.
Àwọn náà ti wá ń darapọ̀ pẹ̀lú ayé.
I cited an example during the first service.
Mo ṣe àpẹẹrẹ kan nínú ìsìn àkọ́kọ́.
A man traveled in company with his friends to a city.
Ọkùnrin kan ó lọ pẹ̀lú àwọn akẹgbẹ́ rẹ̀ sí ìlú kan.
And in that city,
nílùú náà,
one of the members of the church where he was worshiping had earlier relocated to that city.
Nínú ìjọ tí arákùnrin náà tó ti ń jọ́sìn, ìkan lára wọn ó ti lọ síwájú rẹ̀.
No, he has relocated to that city.
Ó ti pa agbègbè dà.
And living there.
Ó ti wá ń gbé níbi tó wà.
So by the time this man and his friend got to that city.
Nígbà tí arákùnrin yìí àti àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ rẹ̀ tí wọ́n wá dé ìlú náà.
Because they went for an occasion.
Nítorí pé wọ́n lọ ṣe nǹkan ni.
The man that had relocated saw him.
Ọkùnrin tó ti jẹ́ pé ó ti pa agbègbè dà wá rí.
And went to greet him.
Ó wá lọ kí i.
And said, Ẹ̀dà so.
Ó pe orúkọ wọn ẹ̀yin alàgbà wa.
Good to see you.
Inú mi dùn láti bá yín pàdé.
How's everybody?
Báwo ni gbogbo ènìyàn?
How are the brethren?
Báwo ni ará?
How is family?
Báwo ni ẹbí?
And the friends turned to him.
Ọ̀rẹ́ rẹ̀ wá wò.
The friends turned to him.
Àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ rẹ̀ wá wò.
Who is he referring to as elder?
Ta lẹni tó ń pè lálàgbà?
Who is the elder?
Ta ni alàgbà?
Who is the pastor?
Ta ni pastor? Ta lolùṣọ́ àgùntàn?
The man said, he's talking to me.
Ọkùnrin náà sọ wípé òun ló ń sọ nípa rẹ̀.
And one of the friends just laughed.
Ìkan lára àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ náà ń rẹ́rìn-ín. Ó fi rẹ́rìn-ín kéékèèké.
So if you are pastor,
pé tó o bá jẹ́ olùṣọ́
then
àgùntàn,
I must be bishop.
ó yẹ kémi náà kó jẹ́ bíṣọ́ọ̀bù.
I must be bishop.
Èmi náà gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ bíṣọ́ọ̀bù.
If you are pastor,
tó bá jẹ́ pé olùṣọ́ àgùntàn ni wọ́,
then automatically I am a bishop.
Kò tiẹ̀ ní àní bíṣọ́ọ̀bù rẹ̀ lèmi náà.
Because the man was so notorious than his friend.
Nítorí wípé arákùnrin náà ó burú ju àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ rẹ̀ yìí lọ.
And yet he's an elder in the church.
Síbẹ̀, ó jẹ́ alàgbà nínú ìjọ.
They never need him to be an elder with his in the place of his work, and as well with the association and friend that he keeps.
Àwọn tó ń bá rìn níbi iṣẹ́ wọn ò tiẹ̀ mọ̀ bí ọmọ Ọlọ́run.
Believers are blending with the world.
Onígbàgbọ́ wọ́n ti ń darapọ̀ mọ́ ayé.
And you see that in our days, in the church today, we cannot actually pinpoint and see that these are true Christians.
Nínú ìjọ lónìí a ò tiẹ̀ lè tọ́ka sí wípé àwọn tó jọ́ ọmọ Ọlọ́run tòótọ́ lélẹ́yìí.
Everywhere we are being labeled, we are being, all over the world, especially in time of being a nation, our Christian faith is being doubted everywhere.
Níbi gbogbo a ò lè sọ wípé ọmọ Ọlọ́run lè yí ká tiẹ̀ kọ́ tó mọ̀ wá sọ nínú orílẹ̀-èdè tá a wà pàápàá.
If you want to travel outside the country,
tí o bá fẹ́ lọ sí ibòmíràn.
as a Nigerian,
gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí.
you are given special scrutiny.
Ohun tí wọ́n máa wò ọ́ dáradára.
Many a times, some people that have gone for visa interview, they are being rejected.
Ìgbà ọ̀pọ̀ ìgbà àwọn tó bá tún lọ láti lọ ṣe tó bá tún fẹ́ wò wọ́n láti lè gba físà wọ́n á tún wò wọ́n dáadáa wọn ò tẹ̀ ní gbẹlòmíì.
Because they are doubting us.
Nítorí wípé wọ́n ń jiyàn lórí wọ́n ń ṣiyèméjì lórí wa.
Because in fact, if you even wear title,
tí o bá tiẹ̀ tún wá gbé tó tún wá gbé àkórí lérí.
If you are saying, oh, you are a pastor.
Tán wá sọ pé olùṣọ́ àgùntàn ni ọ́.
That is, they will give you double and triple or even five special scrutiny.
Wọ́n wá wò fínífíní dáadáa.
But in those days,
ní ayé ìgbà àtijọ́.
In those days,
ní àtijọ́.
Organizations,
àwọn
different companies sent to the church for the pastor to recommend believers who will work in their company for them.
Àwọn tó nílé iṣẹ́ wọ́n máa ń wá sínú ìjọ wípé kí olùṣọ́ àgùntàn kó fún àwọn lẹ́ni tó lè bá wọn ṣiṣẹ́.
But if even pastor recommend today.
Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn tí olùṣọ́ àgùntàn bá tiẹ̀ sọ wí tó bá sọ lónìí.
You see, some of the firms, when you get a new the job, you say, go and get a guarantor.
Tí èèyàn bá ti gba iṣẹ́ tuntun, wọ́n á ní pé kó lọ mú onídùúró wá.
They will say, some of them will put a pastor there.
Àpọ̀lọpọ̀ nínú wọn wá sọ wípé olùṣọ́ àgùntàn.
Let me tell you.
Ẹ jẹ́ n sọ fún yín.
They have told us and warned us as pastor, convention has warned us, we must not stand as a guarantor. Don't bring any form to me to stand as a what? I will not be your guarantor. I will not be guarantor of anybody.
Àjọ ńlá ti sọ fún gbogbo àwọn olùṣọ́ àgùntàn wípé wọn ò gbọdọ̀ so onídùúró fún ẹnikẹ́ni. Nítorí náà, má mú fọ́ọ̀mù kankan wá bú mi láti lè dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí onídùúró fún ọ.
We can only do recommendation.
A kàn lè fọwọ́ sí wípé.
We can recommend, there is letter of attestation recommendation.
Wípé ká kàn fọwọ́ sí ká lè sọ wípé irú ẹni báyìí ló jẹ́.
But to stand as guarantor.
Ṣùgbọ́n ká wá dúró bí onídùúró.
That is the level that we find ourselves today.
Eléyìí jẹ́ ìpele tí a bára wa lónìí.
So because the world is blending.
Nítorí wípé ayé ti ń darapọ̀.
Do we see people you are standing for as a guarantor or a surety committing fraud?
Ẹ rí i pé àwọn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ènìyàn tẹ́ dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí onídùúró fún wọn kówó jẹ.
And immediately they do that.
Tí wọ́n bá sì ti ṣe léyè.
Jackparism. What do they happen? They jackpot.
Wọ́n á sá lọ ni.
You
as a guarantor, what will happen? You will be arrested.
Media. Biblical truths watered down to avoid offenses.
Àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ òtítọ́ tinú Bíbélì tó jẹ́ wípé ó ti fìdí rẹmi.
There are some words that changing today.
Àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ míì tó ti yí padà lónìí.
You don't say it in some quarters.
Ẹ ò ní sọ níbòmíràn.
In fact, in some churches today, they have to vet your sermon before you preach it. From the headquarters, they have to decide. The convention. Let me use our convention or the conference. The conference president needs to vet your sermon before you preach it.
Ní ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ìjọ míì, ó máa jẹ́ pé láti àjọ ńlá ni wọ́n ti wo ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run tó fẹ́ sọ nínú ìjọ kan dáradára kó tó di pé wọ́n gbọ́ láàyè láti sọ ọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Don't go far. Even within us in Baptists, in churches, they have to look at the pastor's sermon. Some people so call themselves headers. They will look at the pastor's sermon before the pastor will go and preach on the altar.
Ká má làágùn jìnnà nínú ìjọ onítẹ̀bọmi ó ń ṣẹlẹ̀.
Because they don't want the pastor to preach against them.
nítorí pé wọn ò fẹ́ kí olùṣọ́
They
àgùntàn kó sọ̀rọ̀
don't
lòdì sí
want the
wọn.
word of God to address their mistakes.
nítorí pé wọn ò fẹ́ kí ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run kó bá ìwàkiwà wọn wí.
And even we that are preaching at times,
àwa náà ta sì ń sọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run
when
nígbà
the word of
mìíràn.
God come to you,
nígbà tí ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run tó bá tọ̀ wá wá.
you know, some people take it personal. See, pastor knows them. Pastor, because of he knows me. That is why he's preaching against me.
ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àtúnwá wò wípé àtọ́rí pé olùṣọ́ àgùntàn ó mọ̀ mí torí náà ló fi ń sọ̀rọ̀ lòdì sí mi.
Are you going to hell?
ǹjẹ́ ò ń lọ sí ọ̀run àpáàdì?
Because that is the language and behavior of the candidate of hell.
nítorí wípé àwọn ìwà yìí ò ní ìwà tó wà láàrin àwọn tó ń lọ sí
If
ìjọba
they are coming to church
tí o bá ń wá sínú ìjọ.
and the church, the word of God cannot address your life,
ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run tí o sì ń gbọ́ kò sì lè bá ayé rẹ pàdé.
then why do you come to church?
kí ló wá dé tó ń wá sínú ìjọ?
Broken walls of Christian fellows,
àwọn odi tó ń wó palẹ̀
watering the truth of the word of God,
tí wọ́n ń sọ ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run di
loss of
yẹpẹrẹ.
integrity,
àwọn
loss of holiness and fear of God.
ìwà mímọ́ àti ìbẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run tó
Yes,
ti
the next one.
èyí tó tẹ̀lé.
Broken walls of what? Family fellows.
àwọn odi ìwà àmúyẹ tinú ìdílé tó ti wó palẹ̀.
Marriage under attack.
ìgbéyàwó tó wà ní inú wàhálà.
Biblical standards are being rejected today.
ọ̀rọ̀ Ọlọ́run ó láti kọ̀ lónìí.
In marriages,
nínú ìgbéyàwó.
there's contention going on today.
ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nǹkan ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lónìí.
Feminism. Ẹ̀yin obìnrin ẹ fẹ́ pé we are also heard. Whatever a man can do with the woman can do better.
àwọn obìnrin tí wọ́n ń figagbága pẹ̀lú àwọn ọkọ wọn.
There's a movement called feminism movement.
ohun tí ó tún ṣẹlẹ̀ ni wípé àwọn obìnrin láti máa figagbága pẹ̀lú àwọn ọkùnrin.
So, you know, the level at which we have gotten ourselves to, they are divine marriage in a different dimension.
wọ́n tilẹ̀ tí wá ń sọ ọ̀rọ̀ ìgbéyàwó lóríṣiríṣi ọ̀nà báyìí.
Some people even say, okay, let's enter into contract. We just marry for 5 years, and after 5 years, we go our way.
àwọn mìíràn wọ́n ń wọnú ìgbéyàwó wípé ọdún 5 òun làwọn ò jọ bára wọn lò. ó sì túká.
Please, some of you having children abroad that are here to marry, please always check